Welcome, Royal Family. You tuned into Healing Queens, the podcast, where the focus is motivation, support, and guidance for the growth of our queens. I'm MA2K, your certified healing life coach. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to episode 79. Yes, episode 79. Topic is entrepreneur life. This episode is sponsored by healingqueens.org, healingqueens.org, and E2K Worldwide Services LLC. Thank you for our sponsors. If you would like to sponsor an episode, please contact us at healingqueens@gmail.com, healingqueens@gmail.com. Don't forget, the queen is with a Z. And check out our website. If you are interested in donating or product placing or whatever, however you want to collaborate with us, make sure you contact us at healingqueens with a Z at gmail.com. Thank you so much. So, episode 79, and the topic is entrepreneur life. As you know, all our episodes, I'm having a conversation with somebody. And this week, I've been conversating a lot about entrepreneurship and all that. And just like that, there's an episode. So we're going to talk about entrepreneur life, especially me being an entrepreneur, right? Makes sense. As an entrepreneur, a lot of people claim that it's hard. There's some people that prefer to work the 9 to 5 and are content with that. They want their 401k. They want to get their raises. They want to have their titles as they grow in the company. And for some people, they can last doing that for years and then retire and so forth, right? Because that's kind of what they tell us when we're young. Get your education, get your job and your career in place, and then you retire. But there's some of us that just don't fall into that 9 to 5. Don't fall into really having necessarily a boss or someone that's dictating things to you all the time. And when you find yourself in that predicament, then you either got to make it happen for yourself, have a great idea or a great invention, hit the lotto, or become an entrepreneur. So my story of entrepreneurship started when, I've always been a poet. And I used to be in the poet scenes, and I've always considered myself a writer. I've been writing since I can remember. And I began to start writing for magazines. I'm not even going to tell you which magazines, because then I'll really be exposing my age. But back in my days, there was no social media, none of that. You went to the store, or you went to the bodega or to the train station, and you bought yourself magazines and newspapers, and you read magazines. And I was always intrigued with that. I always wanted to see my name on there, a story, an article written by, right? And I pushed for it for a while. And I noticed that I don't know if I wasn't sending it to the right people. I just didn't know the right people. But I was submitting and submitting and submitting my work and nothing. And I really wanted to see that so bad. I wanted to see it so bad that I made it happen for myself. I said, well, if magazines are not going to print my articles, then I might as well create one. And so I did, and E2K magazine was born. And thank you to all those that made it possible, that gave me encouragement, that bought a magazine, that supported, that carried magazines with me on those train stations, me putting them out there. Those that helped me give that heavy guerrilla promotion for it. I thank you. I mean, it was a lifelong dream. I got to actually put my own articles and what I wanted to do. It made my dream come true in that aspect. That's when I got a taste of entrepreneurship. Like, wow, okay, when you really want something and you can make it happen. My first print run for my magazine, I think it cost me like $1,300 for like a thousand issues. And that was like my income tax money. I was like, I'm going all in, right? Because when you're an entrepreneur and you have a dream and you have this passion that you want to have the world see, or take a part in what you believe in, if you don't put you all in, and nobody's going to support and help anyone that's, half stepping. I went all in. I made sure, again, I'm talking about a time where nothing was done just on the computer. You had to go personally to these offices and sign these documents and papers and go here and go there and find this and fax. And again, giving you a little insight of my age and at the time, right? You had to really do the work. It's so much easier now. I don't care what you say. From back then to where you really had to do guerrilla marketing, you had to be out there, like in these places, like you had to really travel to these places. Now you can be in these places by just going on social media. I can be in a club, I can be in a church, I can be in Rome, in Japan, just by, finding the right Instagram or the right TikTok space. And I can be able to push my product, goods, and services through that. But back then, more than 20 years ago, more than 25 years ago, you had to do the legwork. It was not this about just, no FaceTiming the phone, like none of that. You had to be there in person. People had to see you and know who you were. You had to develop a relationship with these presidents and owners of establishments. I had to go to the actual printing buildings where they print and all that and meet these people that were putting my idea together to create a magazine. I had to meet with graphic designers. Like I had to go to them. It wasn't like, oh, just send me the stuff through. No, I had to be there with them, watching it print, making my mind up about what type of font and all that. And I had to, really, really learn things that I didn't know. Type of paper, the pound of paper, color, glossy, matte. Like I had to learn all this stuff that to me, I just wanted to write. I didn't want to really know the business aspect of it. But this is what a lot of entrepreneurs don't understand. In any business that you want to engage with, 10% is what you know. 10% is your skills. And 90% is the business aspect of it. So if you're not good at business, find someone that is and will do that part of it while you are the creative person in it. Because everything you do has to be in business format. Even ministry. I run a nonprofit based on ministry, right? Here in Queens. It's still a business. It's still a business. So if I don't get funding, if I don't get grants, if people don't donate, I can't help the women that we service. How am I going to do that? I have to have funds in order to be able to do the things that I do for them. Now, 40% of the things we do, we can talk about. But 60% of the things that we do are behind the scenes that we cannot talk about because we're not able to share that type of information because it's confidential. But nevertheless, we still need those fundings in order to be able to assist a woman in need. So although my heart is in the right place, right? Although this is a ministry, it's still a business. And as an entrepreneur, I always have to try to find a way where we can be able to fund these workshops, fund these outreaches that we do, fund these one-on-ones that we provide, and all the other resources that we provide. Where it has to come from somewhere, right? So even though you mean well, sometimes if you're not good at handling books or writing grant letters or things that need to allocate money, unfortunately, sometimes it's sad we have to turn women down, and I hate that. I hate that. As a nonprofit, I do not make a profit. As a nonprofit, I don't gain anything. I actually add my money, I contribute my money to this ministry, to Healing Queens, in order to stay afloat when we can't, you know? So yes, I put my money where not only where my heart is, but where I know where's right. And I thank everyone that's ever donated $1, $2, $50 to this organization, because believe me, it's been well spent. But as an entrepreneur, I have to find ways and outlets to be able to get paid for my talent and skills in order so I can be able to fund Healing Queens, help out my family, be able to live. Because nowadays it can't be only one outlet where you get money. It has to be multiple sources of income. You hear me? Multiple. Like you guys, we got to juggle stuff, like do this and do that, sell Avon, work on the weekends, do extra stuff, kick in those whatever talent and skills that we have, and be able to offer our services to people. It's not easy being an entrepreneur, but there are great rewards from it. I'm a single woman, single mom, and it's great for me to be able to manage my own schedule. I can do that because I'm an entrepreneur. I can set my time to work around what I need to do for my family, for my children, and for those that I love. So in that aspect, it works. If I did a 9 to 5 exactly, I probably would have been fired, because I'm always the one that's, running to the rescue, getting that call and figuring out what's the next thing that needs to be done, right? So for me, it works for entrepreneurship. It's not for everybody. Just like ministry is not for everybody, right? It's for the called. I'm called to be an entrepreneur. I am I'm a serial, what they call serial entrepreneur. Because I've had multiple businesses. I keep on helping other people, open other businesses. Healing Queens is my nonprofit, but E2K Worldwide Services is my profit company. And make sure you follow E2K. E2K sponsors Healing Queens as a profit company. And we thank all the clients that have looked up to E2K Worldwide Services for their services. Because whatever money you spent through E2K is somehow it trickles back to Healing Queens. So yes, we definitely are always grateful for E2K and the major contribution they do for Healing Queens and keeping Healing Queens afloat. Again, you can donate by going to healingqueens.org. Make sure when you're there, check out our blogs. If you're interested in submitting a blog to us or wanting to write an article that you want to inspire our queens and our kings, hey, send it to healingqueens@gmail.com. And we will gladly look it over. And if we decide or we pick for it to be up, we'll definitely notify you. We also are collecting video drops. So if you have checked out any of our episodes and they spoke to you or they spoke to someone else, they inspired you in any way, hey, let us know. Give us that shout out. Let people know why they should check out Healing Queens podcast. Again, we thank you. We thank you for all the support. This episode is about entrepreneurs. For those that are entrepreneurs, don't give up, man. Keep going. Not every day is going to be great. A lot of people going to tell you, no, I don't want it. I don't need it. Not right now. But you keep pushing. Keep going. Write that book, man. Start that business. Create that recipe. Make those clothes. Design that dress. Whatever it is that in your heart to do, man, do it. Create it. Draw it. Paint it. Whatever it is, go for it. Because if you don't, you never know if you're cut out to be an entrepreneur. To be an entrepreneur, you have to know everything that's in that industry. Whatever industry you pick, man, make sure you know what you're talking about. Speak the language. Speak the language of your industry. So like that, when you're speaking to others, they're like, okay, this person knows what they're talking about, right? Because you can only respect when people talk about certain things if they're not speaking the language, right? If you're in Puerto Rico and they're talking to you in Spanish and you're like, what? What are you saying? And they're like, mira, ¿qué es lo que está diciendo? And you're not understanding and you're in the wrong place, right? So speak the language of your industry. Whatever that is, speak it, know the laws, know the bylaws of that. Really, really secure your name. Make sure you're registered to the town, the country that you're in. Do your legits first, right? Secure that first before you go full force. And then take advantage of the social media, which is the biggest platform you guys have now. Man, I wish you success. Please leave a comment. Click like. Support one another. When you're scrolling and you see that Healing Queens is promoting their episodes, why don't you share it, like it, comment on it? I know I do. For others podcasts, I follow them, I click like, I leave comments because that's good etiquette for a good entrepreneur, okay? It don't have to be just about you. You can definitely support others and it don't cost you nothing but 2 seconds. Repost. 2 seconds. Hey, great episode. 2 seconds. It don't take long. So my entrepreneurs, go out there and get it. Don't let nobody stop you. Don't just let it be a dream. Make it reality. Thank you so much. Another quick episode. Until the next time, be that light in the darkness. When you walk in, make sure they see the crown. Because if they don't see the crown, they can't see you. Stay royal, stay amazing, stay blessed. Until the next time, peace.